Welcome to the Sports Star Week 8 predictions. Today we're obviously going over Week 8 predictions in the NFL. And so let's start with the Falcons and Panthers. What do you want to see from this game, and who do you think will win?
I truly believe that the Panthers are going to whoop the Falcons. They're going to wipe the floor. The Panthers are better in every way. I believe that their defense could could be one of the best defenses in the league in a couple years. And their offense is building. I feel like if they draft in the next couple years, if they can trade up to draft a quarterback, they could be a Super Bowl contender. And then the Falcons, good luck. That's all I can really say. Good luck.
Yeah, I think the Panthers do have the edge, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be that big of a win if they do end up winning. I think the Falcons can give them some competition, but Thursday night football has been like the battle of the bads so far, other than like the Chiefs and the
Yeah, starting off one, and even that, I mean, Texans are one of the worst teams.
yeah, with the exception of the Chiefs, it's been the battle of the bads. But I think the Panthers, I want to say, will win this game. Mike Davis has had a great season so far,
Yeah, I'd like to say that first.
and yeah, I think the Panthers will win. Now moving on to the Vikings and Packers. I think the Packers is the obvious choice, but I got the upset actually with the Vikings winning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if Dalvin Cook will be playing. I don't know if he's still injured or not. I haven't been keeping up with that, but I think the Vikings will pull off the upset here.
Okay, so the Vikings, I think, should win this game easily. They're arguably they're they're a top five team in the NFL right now. Eh, I could see both teams winning.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, Packers have the edge, but I mean, the Vikings have to win at least a few more games, and upset wouldn't really help them.
Yeah,
But I think the
I think it would
most,
hurt them because I think right now they're trying to tank for somebody like Mayfields, Trevor if he does come through the draft.
or maybe even Mac Jones, the Alabama quarterback. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
can see that.
now,
Quarterback,
yeah,
Alabama quarterback. I see drafted in the first round.
now with the or do you have anything else to say with that one?
I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, now with the Titans and Bengals, I think the Titans will win this one in a close game, as every other Titans game has been, other than with the exception of I want to say week,
The Bills.
yeah, the Bills, which was a extremely big upset. But I think the Titans, Derrick Henry will just. We've seen what they done to J.J. Watt. We saw what they did to J.J. Watt and the Texans defense, and the Bengals defense isn't any better. And I think this is going to be a lot of handoffs to the Bengals or to Henry, and so I think the Titans will end up winning.
I think this is a good get back game for the Titans, just because the Bengals are a good. I feel like they have the stuff to become a good team, but they're still rebuilding. I mean, that was proven today when they traded away Carlos Dunlap. So yeah, I think yeah.
What they get from that trade?
One undisclosed player and one undisclosed draft pick.
Okay. So guess let's move on to the arguably the best team in the NFL versus the worst team in the NFL. This is going to be exciting to watch how bad the Chiefs beat the Jets. Um, this should be game of the week.
Yeah. Game of the week if you want to see a blowout.
Yeah, Jets are a laughing stock right now. Chiefs, coming off a win. The Jets will be playing versing the Bell for the first time since they traded him, and it's kind of bizarre, honestly, how that will affect Bell's game, but Le'Veon Bell's game. So, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I feel like they should let Le'Veon Bell just be like the big running back this week.
Yeah,
Just like to get back at the Jets. Also, Le'Veon Bell's gonna go off this week and will be one of the best running backs in the league in the future.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we'll sign a 2-year, $50 million contract in the offseason because everybody that gets out from under Adam Gase is awesome. We got
then
we got like half the people.
well, who do you think would be the starting running back for the Chiefs if that happened? You got three running backs to choose from.
So we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We got
Le'Veon Bell, and then
we got Damian Williams.
yeah,
I'm eliminating Damian Williams. I feel like he's not gonna make it through the offseason.
I bet they'll trade him. I would not be surprised because he could easily be a first running back for any pretty much almost half, maybe a quarter of the league, and they can make good profit from it.
Yeah.
Now let's go on to the Colts and Lions. I think the Colts, I mean the Lions could win this game, and I expect them to. But if the Colts win, I would not be surprised. DeAndre Swift, I think is his name, the rookie. He's been on fire, so I think the Lions will win this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't have anything else to say there.
Okay, now with the Steelers and Ravens, I think
This might be the game of the week. I think this is the game of the week.
yeah, it has to be. At the end of the day, though, I think the Ravens will win this one because see Lamar Jackson. Steelers have had they're like one of the easiest schedules in the league, and I think once it hurts them that they're in the division they're in because it's obviously the Ravens, the Browns who've had a decent season so far, and one other team, but I think the Ravens will win this one.
Yeah, this one's a close game. I like the Steelers in this just because they've been on fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's a toss-up, honestly. They're pretty similar. Well,
Yeah.
not similar in offense goes, but similar in defense because they just. But they're both offenses are completely different. But because
Yeah.
now with the Rams and Dolphins, I think the Rams will win this one. But actually, this could also be a pretty good matchup depending on how Tua does in his start.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I like Tua's gonna be. I feel like they're in the same boat as they're in the same boat as the Bengals, where they're trying to build for the future. They're not good yet, but they have the ability to be there.
Yeah. Now with the Patriots and Bills, I honestly have to go with the Patriots based on the Bills' performances recently and Josh Allen's performance recently. He went from being a MVP contender, like top MVP contender, to not. but I think the Patriots will win this one.
Nah, I don't. I think the Patriots are on too big of a slide to just get off of that quickly. So
Yeah. Now with the Raiders and Browns, I think the Browns will. No, the Raiders. I think the Raiders will win. This is also a pretty evenly matched team, two evenly matched teams, and at the end of the day, I think the Raiders have a better team. So yeah.
yeah, I like the Raiders in this game. The Browns are kind of on the snide.
Yeah. Kind of like the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that leaves us now with the Chargers and Broncos. I have to go with the Chargers here just because of Herbert, obviously. And actually, I got the Broncos. I changed mine. I have the Broncos. And here's why. Drew Lock has been on fire since his return. Philip Lindsay helps the cause, and yeah, the Broncos defense is decent too, so I got the Broncos here.
But this is gonna be a close game. But I honestly like the Chargers in this game just because not Trevor. Herbert's been on fire this year.
Yeah, probably rookie of the year,
Yeah, probably.
depending on Tua's performance.
Yeah.
Okay, that leaves us with the Saints. 4 more games. We have the Saints and Browns, and I think the Bears will win this. Here's why. Foles and plus the Bears defense, plus Allen Robinson, who is obviously one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league, plus David Montgomery, who can have a good game if he wants to. But I think the Bears will win this one. So yeah.
The Saints are pretty meh this year. I mean, if Michael Thomas can come back, then it's a completely different story.
Yeah.
Just because Michael Thomas hasn't been healthy, they've just sucked. Their offense looks flat. I mean, they've won games, but their offense looks flat. They're not really that fun to watch, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, and even their defense.
Their defense is very meh. Their offense is very meh.
So. Now we see how much Michael Thomas contributes.
Yeah.
Now with the 49ers and Seahawks, I have the Seahawks winning. Obviously, the Seahawks lost in a overtime loss to the Cardinals, who have a bye this week. And I think the Seahawks will win mainly because of Russell Wilson. And Lockett, it was insane last week. I think he said he had like 50 points. But I think the Seahawks have Super Bowl potential, especially because they're in the NFC this year. I know. I'd bet a lot of money that they're making it to the Super Bowl. But obviously they've got a tight contender with like the Cardinals and stuff, but like Seahawks obviously have a better team overall. So, but to the 49ers Seahawks, I think the Seahawks will win.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks in this game. I mean, the 49ers are a good team, but their division is so good that they're at the bottom of it. They had just so much bad injury luck.
Yeah. For this game. Now with the Cowboys and Eagles, I think this will probably decide the fate of the Cowboys, because if they can find the rhythm, because last week they scored They scored a field goal against the Washington football team.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
go to the Carlos Dunlap deal.
all right, what is it? What was it?
So it's a seventh round pick and BJ Finney, an offensive lineman, to Cincy.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, I think back to this, I think the Cowboys will end up losing and the Eagles will take the dub. And the Eagles obviously haven't had the greatest of seasons and they're in the obviously the worst division in the league. So I got the Eagles winning this one.
yeah, I had the Eagles winning this one too, but in my opinion, they don't deserve to go to the playoffs. None of them.
I think both teams will lose.
And so, according to the new playoff rules, it is possible for a full division to make it into the playoffs.
Really?
But yeah, it is because there's 3 wild cards and then the number 1 division leader
Jeez.
get in. So, and let's say there's 1 wild card, which is the North. You can't tell me that the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Washington football team, or the Giants, all teams that, in my opinion, should be in contention for a top 15 pick. You cannot tell me they deserve to be in the playoffs more than, say, the Cardinals or the Rams or even the 49ers.
Yeah. Obviously the 49ers defense has struggled dramatically.
Even that, I mean, that's just, in my opinion, that's mainly because of injuries.
Mm-hmm. Well, moving on to the last game of the week, the Buccaneers and Giants. And I have got the Buccaneers, and because obviously Tom Brady, Gronk, Ronald Jones, I think his name is, and now Antonio Brown to put the cherry on top, and also Mike Evans and Godwin. But I think Antonio Brown will play this game, and I think because it's the end of his suspension, and so yeah.
It's not the end of his suspension. His first game he will play in will be week 9.
Oh, yeah, never mind. But still, I think the Bucks will win. What do you think?
The Bucks should win this game. I think the Giants are trash. Let's be realistic here. This is the Titans game versus Steelers last week. If that was immovable force hits, unstoppable force hits immovable objects. This is unstoppable force hits sheet of paper.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Please like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching.